Let me explain to you. I've seen this before. I've been through 9/11. We were here. I know all the tricks. Your government doesn't care a thing about you or anybody else. And to think that this president, Joe Biden, when all he had to do was just act like a human being, act like he gave a damn about you, to get off this beach. He hasn't been on a beach in his whole life. Why is he doing it now? Why is he taking this pasty white, skeletal, whatever, sitting around like some demented guy? All he needs is one of those metal detectors that the old timers use at the beach. It's despicable. It's horrible. He doesn't give a damn about you. Not only that, he represents the whole country. And by the way, do you recognize the symbolic horror of his doing this at the beach with water that looks kind of sort of like the Lahaina, Maui area? Do you see what's happening? Let me ask you right now, just to stop for a second, please. I ask you to like this video. You've been terrific. You follow what we're saying. You feel our absolute disgust. Please follow us, subscribe to the channel, hit that little bell if you're to be notified of live streams and new videos, and like the video, of course. But I've got to tell you something. I can't believe what I'm seeing. This is East Palestine again. They don't care. Are you listening to what people are saying? I'm not going to go through this directed energy stuff again. Please, please, please. I can't. But I will tell you what people are saying. They're saying it looked like a bomb. They've never seen anything even remotely like this. They said it looked like a bomb. Look at this. Look. I mean, just this. Fires can't be stopped. Fires. None of this makes sense. None of this. And what they're doing is they're telling you, screw you. Did you hear what Lazy Mazie Hirono said? Did you hear the senator? Climate change. What are you going to do? What are you going to do? See, this is what happens to us. We have the attention span of a gnat. This is the part that I don't understand. We have the attention span of a gnat. We don't recall things because they changed the subject. East Palestine. Remember a while back? I'm just bringing this up. Remember when everybody was saying that Ray Epps was involved? He was some kind of an undercover, federal agent on January 6th. Remember that people were saying that? And they kept saying, why wasn't he arrested? And I'm not getting into that. I'm not saying anything. I will bring this up, though. Everybody was saying, why wasn't he arrested? Tucker Carlson talked about it. Joe Rogan talked about it. And he announced one day, he said, you know what? They're gonna arrest me. Okay. People say, well, there goes that argument. Has he been arrested? Has anybody even talked about that? Why don't we even talk about it? Again, I have no dog in the fight. I know nothing about Ray Epps. How did the subject just go away? The Canadian fires. I'm here in New York. The sky was orange. It was filled with dangerous particulate matter. I saw it. I was here. What happened to that? What, did they forget it? Is it over? Don't you understand that this is this attention deficit society that we live in, where we don't seem to care about anything? I've been through this before. This is 9/11. I remember what I saw and what I saw on TV. It absolutely amazes me. It amazes me. Do you remember recently, Stephen, what was his name? Son. This was the Capitol Police chief who said that basically January 6th was a contrived, it was a show, it was a work. It was a false flag or whatever it was. He said so many things. Do you remember that? Do you recall that? Do you remember that? I do. It was the most incredible thing that Tucker Carlson ever did. It was the most incredible thing. It was like, wow, what happened with that? Nothing. Nobody did it. Fox News, not CNN, not anybody. No, all of these people, they sit around and they pretend because, damn it, they don't remember anything. This is going to be over. This is going to be like the Northern California fires. This is going to be like, hey, remember, boy, that was something, wasn't it? It might make the end of the year real. Oh, they'll talk to Mick Fleetwood. They'll talk about stuff. But here is something. I'm going to break my pledge because I said I wouldn't be talking about directed energy weapons, but I am. When people in a community say they notice something, as a prosecutor, when people said, you know, it was funny, during the burglary, the dogs didn't bark. What? The dogs didn't bark. They didn't bark. Well, that means they know the burglar, or they know, yeah, wait a minute, that means something. Wait a minute, hold it. Something seemed weird. The air smelled funny. This was weird. That was weird. Everything was weird. None of it made sense. Things didn't make sense. You listen to people. And here is the story. Do you think anywhere on any show, whether it's Rogan or whatever, let's deal with this? I would love to do it, to bring all my experts, to have this stage where we say, I'm going to show you some photos. What does this look like to you? Oh, that looks like a fire. Does it really? Oh, yeah, I've seen that. Okay, good. Thank you. Thank you. But we don't do that. We don't answer the question. We don't go there. You're smarter than that. You're smarter than that. Don't you understand what's going on here? Don't you understand how this doesn't make any sense? Don't you understand that they're just looking at the way that the president says no comment? No comment? To the worst fire in what? History? Recent history? No comment? They're telling you. They're acclimating you to the idea that you're peasants, you're proles, you don't mean anything. Let me ask you one question. Listen to this, and I've been saving this for the end. I want you to comment below. What do you think would be the likelihood if, I don't know, 6 months from now, a year from now, whenever this thing resolves itself, and we've moved on to the next issue, the next Trump indictment, or the next whatever it is. But what do you think would be the likelihood if I told you that all of a sudden they've replaced acre after acre after acre of prime, pristine, beautiful real estate with low-income housing? Why would they do that? Well, why is a different thing. But let me tell you what it would remain, what would happen. It would be another example of something that we held precious, that we liked, that we cared about, that we thought the world of. That all of a sudden, just kind of, sort of, was changed. This American institution. We're destroying families, schools, dating, sporting events, sports, competition, everything. I haven't even gotten into artificial intelligence, but that's later on. Little places, things. San Francisco. Beautiful. Gut it. We'll either gut it by virtue of letting crime run rampant, or we'll just, we'll wait for terrible things to just happen spontaneously. Isn't that something? Now, I'm not saying anything. I'm asking you a question. I'm asking you a very simple question. Do you think this is odd? Yes. So what are you going to do about it? What are you going to do about it? What do you do? What do you do? I know what I'm doing. I'm spending every waking hour trying to run through to be the Israel Bissell, the Paul Revere, to say, wake up, do something. What are you going to do? First, you get mad. Arm yourself with the facts and recognize what's happening here. Nobody comes in with a calling card. Nobody says, this is what we're doing. This is precisely what's going on. No, you have to sometimes put things together to make it make sense. That's what's happening. That's what's critical. Look, I saw this during, I'm telling you, during 9/11, that whole thing, it was like it was yesterday. They told you, and I couldn't believe people just believed whatever they were told. They didn't have any questions. I used to always ask the question, what happened? I don't want to rehash that again, but I'll never understand Shanksville, Flight 93. Where's the plane? I asked the question one time. I said, where's the plane? I don't even see it. I'm not saying who's involved and whatever. I'm just asking a question. And they went crazy. And that's when I knew it's like, yes. So only ask questions that drive them crazy. Only ask questions that make them nuts. Only ask questions that freak them out. Do you understand that? Do you understand how this works? Make them freak out. That's what I'm doing. And I know exactly what to ask. And I know exactly how to do it. And I know exactly how to answer the question in a way that's not crazy, that takes some of the hypotheses of our more crazy people and puts them into well, shall we say, I don't know, something else. That we'll do it in a way that, for example, I know that people are very interesting about, they believe this is some kind of man-made arson bomb, weaponry, direct energy, or otherwise. They're fixated on that. But there's something to that. There's something to that. My friend, I want to see what you think. Tell me what you think. Please like this video. Please subscribe to the channel. Please, it's very, very important, very critical. Make sure you subscribe to Lionel Nation on YouTube. Make sure you absolutely, it is the most important to know what's going on, to let you know what's happening. Don't forget to follow me on that X thing at Lionel Media. I so appreciate that. And now, my dear friend, I ask you at this particular time, I ask you now, I ask you to comment below, right? Comment as you see fit.